All right, shoot news and reviews, man. We back, man. We got the greats. Cap, go ahead and tell them what we got for them today, man. We got Eazy-E. We bringing back, man. We bringing back
Oh
the
yeah,
80s.
man. We look at the analytics, man. We know where our audience at. We trying to hit that 35 to 44 range right now. But y'all 25-year-olds, y'all tap into because
All the old
this,
niggas.
yeah, this is a long held conspiracy theory. I think it's okay to say that's been going on for a long time. Now, Ice Cube is finally breaking his silence about the conspiracy theory that Eazy-E was injected with
Yo,
AIDS by Suge Knight. And this is all because it was a point where Suge Knight was on Jimmy Kimmel's show and he kind of hinted that he did something like that. And people kind of just ran with it like it was true. And I, well, before we even get into that, go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Get that out the way. Trying to get up to 200
subscribe to keep Screwed
subscribers this
alive,
month.
man. For real.
Damn right. And getting back into this, did you hear this story coming up, Bob? Is this something that you're
Yes,
familiar
I
with?
heard the story coming up, but what made it more prolific is because of what Suge Knight said,
Yeah,
how he hinted how, hey man, we got something now out here where we could just stick you with the needle in. That's where it made me more to believe it because it was coming out of his mouth, one of his enemies' mouth. So
yeah,
you can paint the narrative that way anytime when you hear somebody say something or somebody joking. Like sometimes you joke on the channel and some
yeah,
people in the comments be like, they didn't catch that. It wasn't a joke. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
I remember
yeah.
that happened once. But yeah, I think I don't know, man. I don't know how it goes with injecting people on your enemies and doing all of that. Suge said it. Do I believe him? I don't know if I believe him, but I can't put it past him, man. He seemed like he live in that filthy, in that filthy do you dirty type world. So
Well, when I think when we heard this story, we weren't as shrewd as we are now. I know I wasn't as skeptical about things that I hear in the media when I heard this story. I was just a little boy when I heard this shit. But
right.
you got to ask yourself when you hear stuff like this, how much do you believe is true? Can we be 100% sure that Suge stuck Easy E with AIDS, or are we 50% sure? Like where is your belief on that scale? Like on a scale from 1 to 100?
Oh, what that did they poke?
That yeah, that he got poked. You know, it was a like how sure could you be of that? You say you believe it because Suge said it.
No, I said I can't really believe it because Suge said it, but
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's
I
another
can't put
thing.
it past Suge because he's,
I'm
I
not
don't.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying put it past them, but that's why anybody who believed this, you should really trace back your beliefs and see if it was on built on a solid foundation, because you got to always consider your sources.
Hmm.
Just because Suge said some shit, come on, we can't believe that. And who
Right.
the hell is Suge? Like, how would Suge have kept everybody who knows about this silent? Where did he get the AIDS from? How does he know to stick
Hmm.
people? Like, he's not Jason Bourne or no shit like that. So we really don't have that much reason to believe it's true, other than Easy did die of AIDS, you know. And we got to consider, could we be wrong? What evidence would change our mind if we do believe that Suge did this? Is this even
Right.
solid evidence to be running away with, to just be repeating it? So those are just questions you got to ask yourself when you taking in information from the media to begin with. But this is a big deal that Ice Cube is speaking on it after all this time, because Easy E's daughter even went as far as to try to bring out a documentary on this. Did you know anything about that? It wasn't even that long ago. It was in 2021.
No, man, I didn't know nothing about that. But
Yeah,
damn.
E.B. Wright is her name, and she called out Ice Cube for not speaking on her father's possible murder. It was a documentary. The title of it was "A Ruthless Scandal: No More Lies," and she was putting it together. I mean, the term putting it together is doing some heavy lifting, because she had a Kickstarter campaign where she was trying to get money for the documentary. I don't know, but anybody could do anything, but I don't know how close she'll ever get to making that documentary. But a quote from her is, "It really breaks my heart that he hasn't spoken on this yet, because I grew up with his sons and I have a really good relationship with them." That's what she's saying about Ice Cube. I read that quote in an article on allhiphop.com. So now we have Ice Cube, who's speaking on Jake Paul's podcast. So I read that in this Hip Hop DX article, and they got like a little clip of them asking him the question. This might be a good time to get into that. Hold on.
I hesitate to even ask you this, but I want to. There's a conspiracy theory online involving Suge Knight.
Oh yeah, what's that?
So,
oh fuck.
No. So obviously, like Suge and Eric were beefing, right? As you said, with Eazy and Suge, and Eazy obviously ended up passing away as a result of complications of AIDS, AIDS virus, right? And there was this interview done with Suge. I don't remember exactly when it was, when he talked about how you got to kind of get creative in how you kill someone. Like you can't just like shoot somebody, right? Like
okay.
And the way that he described
yeah,
his preferred method of taking care of somebody was eerily reminiscent or like similar to like how Eazy passed. And by the way, this keep in mind, this is not my fucking conspiracy, bro. Like this is an online conspiracy that I've just read about, and I wanted to ask you about like your thoughts on that.
Are you saying Suge Knight gave Eazy
potential? They're saying that the conspiracy says that Suge Knight could have potentially been the person that gave Eazy AIDS through a
how would he do that?
Through an intravenous needle.
And Eazy would never tell anybody that.
No, maybe Eazy didn't even know. Because you just poke somebody like and they don't even know. Maybe they were at a club or some shit, you know.
No, I think if somebody poke you with one of them goddamn needles, you know,
stupid ass.
You know, I mean,
I told
saying,
everybody I would ask.
I'm just saying, you know, just say this happened. Eazy would tell somebody, this motherfucker poked me with some shit.
No, but it does happen. It does happen in clubs. Remember, Dylan? What didn't it used to be a thing for a while where like people were doing that, and like you might not even.
Now, if he was
this.
unconscious, and I don't know, you know, it's like, I don't know. It just sounds
crazy.
I mean, it just sounds like it. If Eazy would have known he got poked, he would have said something. If he didn't know he got poked, then the conspiracy lives on.
Would you put it past?
I don't put shit past nobody.
I was gonna ask, isn't Suge a little unhinged?
I don't know.
He ran someone over like twice. Like he ran him over.
Yeah, they getting off.
They're getting off. But hold on. Right. Yes.
Yeah.
I wanna bring up I'm gonna stay on topic with us, but I want to bring up something interesting. All right. I did a little research, okay? And
it should be rich.
We said that Eazy-E, you know, he caught HIV or AIDS. Okay. I looked it up and he caught HIV on February 24th, 1995, right? This is what's interesting. What I want to ask you a question about this. Magic Johnson, they say, caught HIV 11/7/91. Eazy-E died, I think, a year later after that. Do you think Eazy-E didn't have the same doctors that Magic Johnson got because Magic Johnson is a professional athlete? That's the reason?
I don't know, man.
Okay. You don't know.
Any thoughts on what Ice Cube was saying?
Had to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ice Cube saying it ain't happened, man. There ain't nobody gonna poke Eazy-E. So yeah, I kind of believe what I'm more prone to believe what Ice Cube said. He said something that's just
why just believe because Ice Cube say why not?
It just
I don't
feels
understand
more,
why it's so hard to see that this shit doesn't make sense. Even Ice Cube, let me say this.
Oh yeah.
Ice Cube is somebody that falls for conspiracy theories online. You know, and I hate to bring that up, but he's somebody who has shared anti-Semitic memes, anti-vax stuff. Even he is smart enough, you feel me, shrewd enough, I guess media literate enough to see through that there's no evidence to support some shit that Suge said on the Jimmy Kimmel interview.
Right.
Why do we even have to go further than that? Like, why do we have to imagine all that?
Because some people feel that people are worse or bad enough that they would do something so harmful to somebody else. And if that exists, poisoning happens, Cap. I mean, I don't know. As people have been convinced of poisoning people and killing them. We can't just act like this never happens.
That's just a weird thing to think that Suge has the power to have somebody poked with an HIV needle without their knowledge, and everybody else was able to keep this secret. How many people have to be involved in this conspiracy? How much would they have to be paid to be kept quiet? And how long would this last? You got to think this has been going on for years and years. So Suge was able to pull this off like a thief in the night and just play it close to chest. Nobody else is speaking about it until he drops little breadcrumb cruise on a Jimmy Kimmel interview. This is silly, bro. This is silly. I would never ever believe this shit as a grown man. The only way you could fool me with some shit like this is when I was young, But for him to be asking the question, listen, we all get fooled and believe some shit is true that ain't true. I used to think that blood is blue in your veins until you cut it and oxygen hits it. Research this shit further and realize it's bullshit. My mom used to tell me that drinking hot lemon water in the morning trims belly fat. There's actually no evidence to support that. So yeah, we hear lies all the time, all day, and we go on believing them sometimes just because maybe it's something that you kind of want to believe that when you're looking on the internet because the juicy story is more entertaining. But that's a really faulty story. It amounts to some shit that you heard on some shit that a nigga said on the internet. That's all that is. There ain't no evidence of that whatsoever. Only thing that lines up is that Eazy died of AIDS. You know what I'm saying? So anybody could say that. I could say that I sent the ninja in there.
Right. So
you should portion your beliefs to the evidence.
Right.
So the evidence we got is what he said. Go ahead.
That's all we got. So listen, we want to know what y'all think, man. How do you think Eazy-E got put out of here? Okay, there's been rumors